I think one of the things that was an eye-opening thing for me is as I started getting in some of the masterminds like we're in together,
Yeah.
people started talking about a fractional hire. I had never heard that term until I
Yeah.
started surrounding myself with a bunch of multimillionaires where it was like, oh, people don't necessarily have to hire somebody on a full-time salary, because I think that's where somebody goes, well, I'll hire a CFO when I'm making $1 million. It's like, well,
Right.
no, there's ways you can get like bite-sized chunks of people. It's almost like, a good example is I go all over the country to do jiu-jitsu, and I pay for some of the best people in the world to teach me stuff, but I don't put them on retainer. You know what I mean? Like as
Right.
needed when I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I need you today. Let's get on. And maybe once a week you watch some tape, you watch them and I pay you
Yeah.
per. So you can do that with almost everybody, which is pretty awesome. So a CFO can come on and bring all this experience they're doing, helping out. And to me, I actually think that's better, because if you have a CFO that only works with you, they only know your stuff. The guy that I work with works with tons of multimillionaires and has a really good reference point for like, man, like now I'm exposed to all these other things, all these other examples. I have all this other battle-tested experience that I can pass on to you. And when you need me, I'll be there. And so talk about what you guys do now. Somebody
Yeah.
who's like, man, how do I implement profit first? How do I maybe get somebody that could be a fractional CFO? Like talk about all the things you do with your book and with your company.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start with when would you even reach out like for a fractional CFO? Because that was a good question you posed. And like people don't even know a lot of times that this is even out there. We do have two plans. Like if you're less than 500,000 in revenue, we have more like of an implementation of profit first and getting you like up and running. We call it laying the financial foundation. So if like you're under 500K, it's more of like just a 60-day program that we put you through with a CFO. You still get a CFO one-on-one, so you can ask them all the questions, do all the things, but they're guiding you to help set it all up. If you're doing more than 500K, then it's like, then we have the recurring where they become part of your team. Like they are your fractional CFO on the leadership team of your company, but you won't need them every day. So you're not going to be paying hundreds of thousands of dollars like you would for a full-time CFO. You're paying a small fraction of that. And that also means that they're not a full-time person on the team as well, too. So this is where what we do, we come in and with any client, whether you're bigger or smaller than the 500K, we do three things. Number one, make sure you have the right books and bookkeeper. Like you got to have good numbers. We got to know the numbers. We have to be able to analyze them to give you the best data and the best decision-making ability. Second thing we do is in tandem with number one is profit first. Like obviously we talked a lot about this. It's not just helping you set it up. It's also helping with the accountability, like what Nick was talking about, and the cash management and all of that. The third thing is a dashboard, making sure we actually have a place where all the numbers we can pull out of your systems or QuickBooks or whatever it is and be able to say, what decisions do we need to make? Here's the numbers. Here's the cash movement. Whether you're a coach, if you're in real estate, whatever it might be, it's like, here's exactly where the money's coming from, going to. Let's do forecasting. Let's put the business budgets in place, like the things that you would never want to do in a million years on your own as an owner. And you just show up and say, okay, what decisions do I need to make from these numbers and what's going on? So those are the first three things we do with every single client that we do. We do also, Nick, have bookkeeping and the CPA, but those are more a la carte. Like, do you need them? No. Well, then your CFO is going to be the one managing those other people. So it's not just about the strategy with you, the owner, but they can help to manage the CPA and the bookkeeping relationship as well. So that way, a lot of owners don't know, like, how do I ask the bookkeeper a question? Or like, where do I get this from? Or like, how do I know it's right? That's when you might be thinking, okay, I might need someone here to be able to be that in between and like really make sure that everything's going well here. So that's our company and what we do. Profit First and the book, that's where we also send that out to everyone we work with. But that's really, that book is on Amazon. If you want, I believe I have a link for it too, if you don't mind me giving that out, Nick.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I think it's simplecfo.com/gift. If you go there, you can get the download of the book and like a little cheat sheet for Profit First, because I put a lot of time and effort into that book and a lot of money into that book. But I like to give it because so many people, like you said, it like they don't know that this is such a common shared experience. And there's some stories in there that I've just heard over and over again that most people are like, oh my gosh, like, how did you know? Or like, how is this person going through the exact same thing I am? And I just want to give you that hope, that encouragement, and then honestly, some practical steps to get out of that. Like you had mentioned, Nick, that hope, like that light at the end of the tunnel. So that's simplecfo.com/gift.